Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. A neat little project anybody can do, pretty easy. And I could have gone further with the text and make it like go into infinity. All you have to do is take a square, hold down the control button, make it square. Doesn't matter what size you start with. Let's zoom in here. Let's take a 2-point line, and we're going to go from that node to that node, and then from that node to that node. You could do this several ways, but probably the easiest would be to take the box and Control D, hold down the Shift key and bring it in. Control D again. I've moved it twice, so it should have just automatically done, well, I didn't make Control D. Let's start all over with that because I want them kind of even. Control D, Shift tool to bring it in. Control D, see it made it equal. We'll do one more than we did on the other one. You could actually keep going, and we might try that. But to do that, you'd have to kind of get a flat line. So we're going to take a 2-point line and hit P, put it in the center of the page, and then just quite possibly just move it up. Now this box is 15 inches. I've got my nudge factor. I'll set it on 17. I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool, set on any color. Let's use a light blue this time. I'm going to fill that in and nudge it over, nudge it over, nudge it over, nudge it over, nudge it over. Let's nudge these up and put these back. Now I'm going to left click, right click. So I have 5 separate little columns. I need to contour them so they don't touch each other. I'm going to go to Effects and Contour to the inside. Square corners doesn't really matter because it won't do round probably. 0.02. And if you're happy with that, just take the next one and keep doing it. The bottom one might be a little bit too little, but we'll see. Select them all and go to Object and break the 10 objects apart, which is basically breaking away the contour. Grab the outer one and move them out of the way. I don't ever delete anything to them through, so I'm going to leave it right there. I am going to bring in indexing lines because we're going to need them, so I've hit P and they're the center of the page. I think you could do any words. I'm a big fan of Epilogue Laser, so I'm going to use their name and it works out pretty well. About that size, doesn't really matter. For some reason, sometimes, and it's going to probably happen here, in this shape, I'm going to show you, go up to Object, Envelope, go right here to Place Inside Form, and it put the epilogue upside down. I don't know why it does that in this shape. So we're just going to mirror it. I need 4 of them. So I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard. So I've got 4 now. I'm going to go here and I'm going to hit L, put them all together. Now we're going to take this first one, place inside container. Take the Shift key and select this and go EC, RCE. It doesn't really matter. For some reason, it's hanging over that edge. Let me double click on this. I don't know why that's hanging over. Let's see what the next one does. Shift select, EC. We'll just see how it looks when it's done. Shift select, CE, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter what order. And see, the envelope tool is making them smaller. Shift select the other box, EC. The last one's going to look probably funny. And probably need to have it not spaced out as much. EC. Now we need to get rid of their boxes. That doesn't look too bad. I'm just going to click, I'm going to nudge them up. I mean, a lot of people, you could just delete them, but okay, grab these and make a group of them. Control G. Control D and make a duplicate. Double click on this right here till you get the rotation and put it in the center. Rotate it 90 degrees. Control D, Control D. And that's really all that's to it. You could do a lot with it. Probably go group it together. Grab the interactive fill tool. Go outwardly. Let's try the elliptical. And see, it looks like it's kind of fading. I don't know why it's putting two there, but we'll just put them right on. It'd really be better if we could see it's only doing, you know what, let's do that. I don't like what's happening there. So let's back up here to where they're not a group, they're individual, and do them individually. So what I really want to do is take this and delete it, delete it, delete it. This might make it a little bit easier. This is all one group. Take the interactive fill tool and go downwardly, and maybe not quite that transparent at the bottom. That looks pretty good. Now Control D, double click on your rotation and put it there. I always click off of it and double check, and it's not. So you can actually zoom in and you can get a little closer. There we go. Control D and make a duplicate and rotate it 90 degrees. Control D, Control D. I don't think we can change the color now. Well, it's going to take away the, no, maybe not. Maybe it still kept the interactive filter. You know what? Let's back up. Let's change it yellow first. I really want this to look good. Okay, there we go. Take it. Okay, see if it's a group. We can move it and then move it right back. Put our indexing line by hitting P. Grab this, and I'm going to go ahead and make it yellow. You know what? Let's try green. Let's go interactive fill tool. I want it kind of, you know, fading away. Control D and make a duplicate. If you ever see anything move, just move it back. I'm having a hard time today centering stuff. There we go. 90 degrees. Control D. 180 degrees. Whoop. Control D. Let's take away our indexing lines. Let's go ahead and group this together. Control G. And hit P. Make sure it's in the center of the page. Now, two ways to make a box. Hold down the Shift key and double click on your rectangle. Go ahead and maybe make it a little bit bigger by holding down the Shift key and grabbing a two-sided arrow. Make that box black. Object, order, back of page. You know, I maybe could have done multiple colors because that really doesn't show up, but it's still a cool effect. I actually like my yellow one better. I think that last one could be a little bit, I should have made the box a little bit bigger, but you could go and make it smaller and smaller. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that a little bit. Thank you for watching.